Hello, online crew. Hope you're having an awesome day, whatever part of the day it is for you. Today, I'm going to talk about some changes that Facebook is testing for business pages. Now, whether you like it or not, Facebook has been telling us for quite some time that the future of Facebook for consumers is private, and that they are really moving towards things like business pages for people to, if you're doing anything business-wise, they want you on a business page, not doing that on your personal profile because that's meant to be private for consumers. So we've known for a while that there's this emphasis on business pages, and they're always developing business pages. So there's some changes coming. It's not huge, but they're just trying to make things easier for those of you with business pages. So I'll just share my screen and show you what a few of these changes that are coming are. You won't have them yet. They're just testing these things. But business pages is where the future of probably your business is. If you have not set up a business page, you don't know anything about branding or business pages, please join us next week for our branding course. The details are up above in the link, so you can check all that out there. But basically, the future of doing business on Facebook is on business pages. That's where you can leverage. That's where you want to hang out. I know it's harder to get interaction and engagement sometimes than your personal profile, but as I've mentioned many a time, there's very good reason for that. The people on your personal profile have been hanging out with you for years. They know who you are. People on a business page are generally cold to you when you go out to the cold market. So you've got to give it time to build up that know, like, and trust factor with strangers. Okay, so I'll get into that content in a second. Two quick things. So I did just mention the next round of my branding course starts on Monday. It'll be the 17th time that I've done this course. So if you want to dive deep into branding, business pages, content creation, interaction engagement, how to set up your page properly. You don't need to set up a new page. You could just be rebranding an existing page. Then just click on the link above and you'll get all those details. Now, I do want to acknowledge a few people. I'm broadcasting in two different places. So one on my business page and one in my group. And I do thank you, those of you that are here with me live. I am an hour earlier than I normally would be because I've got a special leaders training with my network marketing company in just less than 30 minutes. So an important training that I needed to be on. So I've shifted the time of my live, and I'm just really grateful that those of you that are live with me here adjusted to that time as well. So thank you. But some of you will be watching from my business page and some of you will be watching from my group. Now, I have a free group for those of you that are watching on my business page called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. And the last 10 days, I've asked a special group of people to do some live videos in there other than myself. So some strange faces have been popping up and doing live videos in my free group. Now, those people are the students in my VIP mentorship program, and I challenged them to go live into my group, which some of them were very nervous to do, and share some thoughts and learnings from the boot camp that I did last week. So a couple of things about that. Firstly, congratulations VIPs for rising to the challenge and being scared about it. That's what it's all about. I'm going to push these VIPs. I want them to become budding successful entrepreneurs. So well done for taking on that task. And I hope that's a little bit of an explanation for those with you that were a bit confused. And secondly, some of you asked, what's this boot camp that these people keep talking about? You can get access to that in my coaching community, which if you go to my website, helenmartinonline.com, you'll see graphics for the upcoming video challenge, my branding course, and a $1 trial to get into our coaching community. And that's where that boot camp is sitting, as well as all my other boot camps are available to you if you get into that community now. That will be stopping soon. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that and say congratulations to the VIPs. you know, that you're up for the challenge, that you did it, and, you know, that you're just growing and getting out of your comfort zone, which is what it's all about when we grow on social media. So well done, guys. So who's here with us? We got Mel. Hello, Mel. Hello, Gloria. Both Mel and Gloria are life members in the coaching community, as is Edith. Yes, I am early. I did talk about that yesterday, Edith. Hello, Sharon. Good to see you on. We've got Heather, Monica, and Henry. Thanks for saying hello to Henry. Henry's my little messenger bot sitting back here when I plug you in. Hello, Clarita. Lovely to see you on. Hello, Laura. 8:01 p.m. in Miami. Yeah, I'm an hour earlier than I normally am, but thanks, guys, for jumping on. Good to see you. Hello, Heather. Heather's one of our VIPs. Edith, 505. Hello, Hero. Great to see you on. Hello, Beth. Good to see you here. Sharon, I'm really grateful to see you earlier. Now, you are in the UK or US, Canada. Yeah, a lot of people are in the same boat, and that happens when our daylight savings go to the extreme. So between Australia and, you know, other parts of the world, we have 3 different changes with daylight savings, and this is the worst gap. So it pushes it out a bit later for you guys. When our daylight savings kicks in again, it gets 1 hour closer, and then we get 2 hours closer, you know, for a few months in the middle there. So blame daylight savings. Hello, Laurie. How are you? Good to see you on. We've got Mel. Yeah, well done, guys. Well done to the VIPs. Absolutely. Hello, Lynn. This group is great and all the peeps in it. It absolutely is. So you're obviously watching from the free group. Hello, Selena. Great to see you on. Yeah, good to see you. Hello, Jeanette. Lovely to see you on. Hello, Christine. We've got Cheryl. We've got Attilia. We've got Emma Johnson. How are you? I haven't seen your face for ages. How are you enjoying living in our country, Emma? Hi, Florence. Lovely to see you here. Lani, you are my morning dose of sunshine and online motivation. Good to hear that, Lani. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Sharon. You're in the UK. Yeah, so the UK's love it when I come earlier, which is still very late for you, though, isn't it? Hi, Mela. How are you? Good to see you on. So great to see everybody on. So what I'm going to share with you today, and I'll share my screen in a minute. This isn't huge, but what Facebook's motivation around business pages is just to improve them all the time. So make them easier to look at, make them easier for people to understand what they're all about. And what you've probably heard for a long time now is that it's not about likes anymore. So that may not be new to you. I've been telling you guys that for ages, that the like, even using the like when you're scrolling Facebook and you're just interacting and engaging with other people, use the love symbol or the wow symbol. The like symbol is just, it just has no emphasis anymore. It does play a little bit in the algorithm, because when people say they're liking your stuff, it's better than nothing at all. But everything's weighted as far as the algorithm goes, and likes is down the bottom. So it's something, yes, but it's not major. Like there are other things that are, you know, that will weight the algorithm more heavily. Now, what they're doing moving forward is they're going to remove likes from business pages altogether. That doesn't mean there's not going to be some kind of numbers game, because we've still got followers. Now, for those of you that are unaware, I'll just explain the difference between likes and followers, because some people still don't understand this, which is quite normal. But when somebody likes your page, so I'm talking about business pages. So if you like a business page, you automatically follow it. So those of you with business pages, you'll probably find as you grow that your number of likes and your number of followers end up being very different numbers. So like here on my page here, my business page, I've got 15,000 likes, but I've got 16,000 followers. So there's more followers than likes. Now that's a good thing. That's what you want at the moment, although this is going to disappear, because when somebody likes your page, they're automatically following. So the numbers are the same. But if people, so people can choose to unfollow or unlike, one of the two. So when they automatically like, well, when they press like, they automatically follow, okay? Now, follow means they're going to see your content, okay? So if somebody chooses to not like my page, so they take the like off and they just follow, or they never chose like, they just chose follow, it means that they want to see my stuff, okay? They're following me. Like is public, following is not. as far as what you're concerned for your, personal profile. So when you like pages, it shows up publicly what you like. So somebody can go to your profile and they can see what pages you like. So if you unlike, people can't see that anymore, but you can still follow. So you can follow people in private if you like, and that's often the reason that there's more followers than likes. But the most important part of it is that if somebody's following, it's more important than like, and they'll see your stuff. Somebody who unfollows but chooses to like is that very polite situation where, somebody's got a business page and you don't want to hurt their feelings. So you still want to like the page, but you really don't want to see their stuff. So that's the opposite, okay? So if you choose to like a page but unfollow it, you're saying, I don't want to follow this page anymore. I don't want to really see their content anymore, but I still want to let them know that I like their page. So that's what that means, okay? So we want more followers than we want likes. Now, what's going to happen moving forward and what they're testing, and I'll show you a visual in a minute, they're removing likes and just sticking with followers. So to agree, it's still a numbers game to some degree because people are going to look at the followers number, like how many people are following that person. So it's still going to be an indicator of whether somebody's got 100 people following them or 10,000 people following them. It's still going to give you some indication of what that page is all about. So there still is a number there, but it's not going to be likes, okay? And there's a couple of other subtle things. So I'll share my screen now. I'll just pull up my live here just to make sure that it all works. Just bear with me, guys, for a second, and then I'll share my screen and talk you through some of the changes. So just turn my volume down, press play. So I've got you guys over there. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. Okay, now, apologies, it will be a little bit fuzzy, but I try to get it as big on the screen as I can so you can get the gist of what it is, but it will be a little bit fuzzy, okay? What they get rid of likes campaigns. Oh, that's a very good question, Lynn. So if they're removing likes, what's going to happen with likes campaigns? Very good question. I don't know, Lynn. I don't know the answer to that one yet. They're just testing this. So we'll have to keep an eye on that in the future. So maybe I would say the same thing is going to be available because they're still going to want our money to get people, that perfect prospect that we're looking for. So it would probably, my guess, Lynn, that it would probably turn into a followers campaign instead of a likes campaign. So it's probably just going to be a play on words, I would think. I doubt they would ever get rid of the ability for people to grow their pages. So it'll probably just change a little bit in maybe just language and a few words more than the actual how you set it up type thing. That would be my prediction, but I'm just guessing. Okay, so can you see here what we've currently got on the left? Yeah, you can see my screen. So this is what it looks like at the moment from a mobile phone perspective. We've got your little profile picture, very small on the left there. You've got your banner, you've got your name. It says how many people like that page. So this particular guy's got 2.3 million. So we can see that. And then we've got this guy's website, what he does, and that's all we're sort of seeing. So have a look at the new format that they're testing. So banner, still the same. So we're looking very much more like a personal profile really in the setup of how it looks, because this is how our personal profiles look like. So much bigger presence of who the person is. We've got a description underneath, which is very much like personal profiles as well. We have a bit of wording that we can take advantage of. If you're not, you're missing out. So go and edit your profile to make sure you do. So you can have that little bit of wording there underneath your name to give people an indication, a clearer indication, maybe, what it is that you do. We've still got the follow button on the left, but we've got a slightly bigger follow button and nothing to do with likes. So you can see that this is gone. So it's saying Ali and Atishay and 2.3 million like this, that's gone. But it does say in bold, 2.3 million followers. So likes is gone. There's no like. Can you see the like symbol up on the, top right on the left image? That's gone. obviously. So we've got the number of followers. We've got moved up a little bit higher what the person does. And then, you know, straight into, see their about info. So you can learn a little bit more about them. So there's more probably about the person. So I can't emphasize enough, guys, this is where the future is in business pages, the leverage you can get on business pages. They're making it easier for us to navigate business pages. You really should be building your brand now, you know, for the future years, because you want 2.3 million followers somewhere along the line. And remember, this is all about you. This is what branding is. This is what business pages are all about in the future of, you know, your business. If you're in the network marketing, direct sales, digital marketing type business model where you don't own the business, it's different if you've created whatever it is that you have as a business. But if you didn't create it, you have no control over it. This is what becomes important moving forward. Okay, story highlights on business pages, right there. So stories on business pages is going to become a lot more predominant. Probably what you guys are doing now is using stories much more on your personal profiles, which is a good thing. Don't stop that. But you may be using stories on business pages to a minimal degree. I know I do. I use my stories in my personal profile much more than I use my stories on my business page. But you can see where the emphasis is. Story highlights, and this is a business page, not a personal profile, but it's looking very much like a personal profile. Okay, so that's one thing. The next thing I'm going to show you on screen is they're going to make it easier for us to have admins and what they do, and you can control that from your business page. So check this out. So you can edit access from people that, as you grow, guys, you might have other people that are admins. You should never, ever, ever, ever fix this up right now after this live. If this is you, you should never be the only admin of a business page, ever. The reason for that is if something goes wrong with your access and you do not have a second admin on your page, you are stuffed. You may not be able to get access to your page. You may not be able to do anything. So please don't ever put yourself in a position on a business page where you are the only admin. For that matter, actually, groups, those of you that are growing with groups, anything that you create, whether it's a group, a page, you should never be the only admin. If you've got a husband, if you've got a wife, if you've got a kid that's over, you know, age to be on Facebook, if you've got a best friend, just somebody in your life, you should always have a second admin. So if something goes wrong and you can't get in, your second admin can get in and take care of that. I can't tell you how many times that saved me when I've just had little glitches with Facebook in, like, I can't access something for some reason for a couple of weeks. You know, it's just a glitchy thing and I can't do something. I go in as Paul and Paul can do it, because he's a second admin. So sometimes I've had to post as Paul, but at least it helps me keep moving in my business than if I'm the only admin and I have a little glitch of some sort. And let's face it, that's reality. With Facebook, there's always glitchy things that go on. Okay, so edit the access. So what can whoever manage? So this might be another admin, so you can turn it on and off for content. You can turn it on and off for messages. Maybe you want somebody else to be able to monitor your messages, community activity, comments, remove unwanted content, stuff like that. There's explanations underneath them, guys. Ads. If you're doing ads, somebody else to be able to have access to that information, and insights. What's going on with the page? You know, what are your stats behind it? Do you want that person to look at it or not? So you're going to be able to control this. If their beta testing all turns out well and this is what they give us, you're going to have more control of having other people on your page and what they can actually physically do. Okay, so this is kind of what it's looking like. So what can you take from this right now? What I would say you take this right now is the growing trend of the difference between likes and followers. Now, it's actually against Facebook policies to do engagement baiting. So engagement baiting is using words like, so I'm saying this, but I shouldn't be saying this on this live because it'll reduce my organic reach, but it's a teaching moment. So I'll floor my own video for this teaching moment, that you shouldn't be asking people to like, share, share this video out. Lots of people do it, and it's not the end of the world if you do, but Facebook calls that engagement baiting, those kind of words. You're telling people, to take an action. But what I would store is, if you do use the word like in any way to attract people or tell people to like your page even though you shouldn't, I'd change your language and get stuck on followers. So concentrate on followers. If you're saying to somebody just in person and Messenger, yeah, like my page, don't ask them to like your page, ask them to follow your page. So just take in, just absorb that, the importance of followers over likes moving forward. And, just you're driving for followers moving forward. Okay, so just store that piece of information, because that's what's going to become important, moving forward. Okay, so what else? I'm just checking my notes here. So larger central image, you saw that. Shortened statement underneath the name, you saw that. Oh, larger text for key details. Total like count not displayed. So it's moving towards the followers being more important than likes. And the new page layout also includes some admin system changes that will make pages easier to manage. I showed you the graphic of that. It's going to also, just one last thing. They're going to make it easier to be able to switch between business page and a personal profile. So just make them more interactive. Messages, they're integrating them, so you can go to the one messenger and you'll have business and personal. You'll be able to flick really quickly between the two, rather than, at the moment I come out of my personal messenger, I go into, my page, into the messenger there. So some of you may already have that, but just flicking back and forth between, you're in messenger, no business page messages, personal messages, and just doing things really quickly, more so between personal profile and business pages. So they're trying to make business pages easier for you guys to use. So good changes coming up. It doesn't mean much to you right now, but I think it's important to know what's coming, the emphasis of business pages for those people that keep ignoring it. It's much better for you to start a business page if you're serious. Like if you see a long-term, long-term, not strategy, you're just in it for the long term in building a business online and building your presence online and gaining influence online. A business page is what you want to start now. Even if you're not full on, even if you're not, really gung-ho with your business page at the moment, you should have one. You need one anyway if you're going to do Facebook advertising. So, any of you that, and maybe not doing that now, but you want to move into Facebook advertising in the future, you need a business page. So don't leave it. Start now. If you don't know how, join us next week for the branding course. I can help you with all of that. But you really want to start building up this influence now, because when we do go into this full on, the future of Facebook is private for consumers, and business is the only place you can ever talk about, business pages is the only place you can ever talk about growing a business. You want to be established. You want to secure your URL. There could be, and what I mean by that is each business page has its own URL. So you've got a business name, the name of the page, and you've got a URL of the page. So there would be probably multiple Helen Martin pages out there that are called Helen Martin, but my URL for this business page here is helenmartinonline.com. So if somebody wants to find my business page on Facebook, they have to put in the search bar helenmartinonline.com, and then my business page will turn up. So there is a difference between a name and a page URL. So there can only ever be one Facebook URL for you, although there might be multiple Helen Martin pages. There's only one helenmartinonline.com. And the reason that I am helenmartinonline.com because Helen Martin wasn't available. So you want to secure your URL, and hopefully that URL for your Facebook page is the same as a website if that's something that you want to go and develop in the future, if you're thinking about this long term. So, it's important if you're here for the long haul to, start creating that influence with a business page. You just got to sort out what that branding message is, and that takes a bit to work through. but we can help with that. Okay, just picking up. I've got 5 minutes before I need to be on my training, so I'll just wrap this up. You've been here for nearly a year already. Wow, Emma. So I hope you're loving Australia. So maybe they will have wow campaigns. Maybe, Bev. Who knows what's coming? So you want followers. You do want followers over likes. That's current. That's now. That's something that exists now. When you're looking at your page and you're looking at those numbers, likes and followers, you want more followers. That's people that are following you. If somebody unfollows you, they don't want to see your stuff, basically. Okay. So that was Gloria had the same question there regarding likes campaign. They'll still have something. It just might be called a followers campaign. That would be my hunch. They're not going to get rid of us having the ability to grow our pages. So, you know, it'll just change slightly, I'm sure, but I doubt that that'll actually negate something like a likes campaign moving forward. Make sense? Selena, interesting. Yeah, I wonder now no more likes campaigns for people. Yeah, so you guys don't stress now. They're testing this. This is not something you have in front of you right now. So don't want any of you to stress about a likes campaign. Now, remember, when somebody presses the like button, it's an automatic follow as well. So you want to continue what you're doing right now. Those of you that are running likes campaigns, do not panic, but just be aware. This is why I share this stuff with you, to have a higher level of awareness and be ahead of the game, that if their testing, you know, proves that it's a good thing to do, we will be moving to just followers, and there's probably going to be something, you know, a change to how we currently do likes campaigns. Okay. Donna, thanks, Helen. I wasn't sure about the difference between likes and followers. You've cleared that up for me. Awesome. I'm glad you've learnt that, Donna. And, you know, hopefully this has been helpful to some way. And whether you already know that information or, you know, about likes and followers, at least you know sort of where they're headed with business pages. So business pages is where you want to be at. You just want to have some really good branding on that page so people know what it is you do. It's not a good idea to have just a picture of a lake, a picture of a sunrise, you know, dream to believe, or, you know, just nobody knows what you do when you do that. So if you need to sort out your branding, join us next week for the branding course. Okay, I've got to go. I've got 3 minutes until my training. So it is the weekend. Well, it's Saturday morning for me. It might be Friday night for some of you guys. Have an amazing weekend. Make sure you turn your notifications on and follow my page here so you don't miss anything, because I do give out free training 5 days a week, every single week, in and out. Okay, and those of you that need more information about that boot camp that the guys in the free group were talking about, or the branding course, or the next video challenge coming up, the dates, just go to helenmartinonline.com. All the information is sitting on the front page there. So have an awesome weekend, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.